friends, and welcome back to another day of vlogmas. Today's video is going to be super fun and super festive, as you can tell by the title. This evening I'm hosting some of my friends over for a cozy Christmassy evening. As you may be able to tell if you've been watching my videos for a while, I am a homebody at heart. I love staying home, and so that's why I feel like one of my favorite ways to socialize is by having people come over. And I also love to host. I like being extra. I like putting together a theme and preparing a bunch of snacks and appetizers. So even though this might seem like I'm doing a lot, it's fun for me. The plan for today is I have to prepare everything before my friends come this evening. I spent the morning editing and basically sitting in front of my computer, so now I have to switch gears and get into hosting mode. I already went to the grocery store yesterday and got pretty much everything that I needed. I'm only having a few friends over, so I'm not preparing like a big meal, but I did make some minestrone soup, and then I also got some things to make some baked brie. I'm gonna have a bunch of cookies, of course, so I'm very excited for all of that. And so the game plan for this afternoon is, first things first, I need to deep clean the house and make sure everything is tidy because right now it's a bit messy. And then once I'm done cleaning, pretty much for the rest of the afternoon, I'm just gonna be in the kitchen preparing everything. As I said, I'm gonna start by doing some cleaning, and luckily right now my parents are out running errands and my sister's at work, so I have the house to myself for a few hours. I don't have to worry about being in anyone's way, and I can just do my thing and get the cleaning. It's currently exactly 12 p.m. so I have 5.5 hours before my friends are supposed to get here. That gives me plenty of time, I think, to get ready. I think I just have to be very organized and make sure that I have enough time to bake everything, because obviously the oven is going to be on rotation. I'm going to be like putting things in, taking things out. It's going to be like a baking show basically in my kitchen. Without further ado, you're welcome to grab yourself a cozy little beverage, and let's get right into today's video, starting with some cleaning.
They paint this town in colors, but they hold nothing next to you, 'cause you're shining like no other. Ooh, I don't want what's wrapped in paper.
It is now 3 p.m. I've been listening to my audiobook all afternoon, just doing my cleaning, and I've now made my first batch of cookies. These are my classic cranberry orange shortbread cookies, and I'm gonna put them in the fridge to cool for a few minutes, and then they'll be ready for me to put them in the oven. I've also been feeling very sleepy all afternoon, and I think it's because tomorrow is the winter solstice, so it's the shortest day of the year. And so I think my brain and my body is kind of confused at the fact that we're getting so little sunlight, because already it's 3 p.m. and the sun is starting to set. I can't imagine the people that live in the Arctic Circle and get like 2 hours of daylight. Here I am complaining, and that's just like a whole other extreme. But anyways, the plan and the next few steps are that I'm gonna get these cookies in the oven and then get to work on my gingerbread cookies. I did get some pre-made store-bought dough because I just wanted something easy. Afterwards, I'm gonna wait a little bit before I get started on heating up the soup and whatnot, and then I also just have to set out the table, and I want to set out a little hot cocoa station. I have some mini marshmallows, some candy canes, obviously some hot chocolate powder, so I'm excited to set that up. But for the time being, I'm just gonna keep listening to my audiobook, get these cookies in the oven. It's gonna be one thing after the next, and we are about 2.5 hours away, so we've got some time still. jumping in and interrupting the baking montage for a quick second to tell you about today's sponsor, which is Clean My Mac. And Clean My Mac is all about decluttering your Mac from the wrong kind of cookies, the ones that slow down your computer and make it really hard for you to get work done. The last few months of the year for me are usually amongst the most hectic and busy, and it's easy for me to overthrow all of my organization systems to just get things done. So whenever I feel my laptop start to slow down, that's when I use Clean My Mac for a quick reset. It's your ultimate solution for Mac control and care. I usually just open it, hit Smart Care, and let that run because it shows me exactly what's going on with my Mac all in one place, so I don't have to do any of the digging myself. In particular, my downloads folder by this time of year is usually quite a mess, so I like how the cleanup feature allows me to really quickly see what's taking up the most space and delete things maybe I'd forgotten about. If you've ever had to deal with a fast draining battery or an overheating laptop, the assistant will also help you fix this. On a daily basis, I also really like how you can do just quick check-ins on how your computer is doing by dragging your cursor over to the menu app, and there you'll find all the information that you need at a quick glance. Another thing that's great about Clean My Mac is that it now looks through your cloud storage, including Google Drive, iCloud, and OneDrive. It is unfortunately far too common for me to hoard files on there and completely forget about them, so I love how easy it is now to just quickly scan through what's taking up space and what's actually being synced up. All the scanning happens locally on your Mac also, so that your data stays safe. And just so you have even more peace of mind, you can even scan and remove viruses in just one click to keep your Mac threat-free. This holiday season, Clean My Mac is your digital cookie cutter for a fresh start. Whether you're resetting your Mac after a busy week or just preparing to head into the new year clutter-free, you can head over to the link in my description and try out Clean My Mac today. You can even try the first 7 days free and use my code CLOUDS for 20% off. A big thank you to Clean My Mac for partnering with me and for keeping my Mac free of the wrong kind of cookies. And now we can get back to the right kind and to the baking montage.
Something's tugging at my sleeve. I do believe it's Christmas. It's cold outside, but I'm warm within, 'cause Christmas time is here. Playing in the snow, a merry game they play, chasing each other to and fro, laughing all the way. Oh, what a jolly time to have the whole family here for a few days of love and grace.
Got a reindeer. That's so cute.
Made by me, must I say?
She made
Made by
these, and now we're all.
Oh my god, you put mine so far.
I look like an extraterrestrial. Wait, why can't I?
Extraterrestrial?
Terrestrial being.
I feel like I look like a bunny.
Bambi? Bambi or Rudolph?
Put your comments below.
We're making hot cocoa. The cozy vibes are off the charts.
You to me now from our love and a little help from above. We've raised our little child like part of a master plan.
It is the next day. Today's Sunday, and I had such a lovely evening yesterday. I don't think I ended up filming that much because I wanted to be in the present moment, but I got a few clips here and there, and it was just a very cozy, wholesome night, and it was so nice to catch up with my friends that I haven't seen in a while. We decorated some cookies, we had some hot chocolate, and my friend Melina also made us these little antlers out of felt. Whoops. There you go. So you could just pin these in your hair and have little reindeer antlers, and I thought that was super cute. All in all, I had a very fun, festive evening, and now it is currently Sunday. I'm looking outside and the weather is just like all over the place. It was snowing earlier, now it looks like it's gonna rain. Sometimes I have a few rays of sunshine peeking through, but for the most part, it's been gray and gloomy, so I'm just really leaning into that and having a lazy Sunday. I say it's gonna be a lazy day, but I still have some editing I want to get done. But I'm just gonna put on like some movies in the background while I do that and just chill, because I do have a few videos I need to catch up on in terms of editing. To be honest, I kind of fell off the bandwagon a little bit with Vlogmas. I was planning initially on posting 12 times before Christmas, and at some point during the month I took like a few days where I didn't film or edit at all, so now I'm a little bit behind. I don't think I'm gonna manage to post, well actually I know I'm not gonna manage to post 12 times by Christmas, but I'm hoping I can still be on track to post 10 times. It's funny because I was really beating myself up for, you know, falling behind and not being up to date in terms of my uploads, but at the same time, so far I've posted 7 times in December, whereas usually I post 4 times a month. So I'm gonna give myself some credit. This is still like the most videos I've ever uploaded in a single month, I think. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been definitely challenging. I don't know how people who are doing like daily Vlogmas are getting it done, because to be honest, I have so many days where I'm just like at home not doing anything interesting and there's nothing interesting for me to film. So I guess you kind of have to fill up your schedule with interesting and fun things in that case, but I don't think you guys would want to see the days where I'm just like laying in my bed and not doing anything productive. I made myself a matcha. I also decided I think I'm gonna do a hair mask later today, because I think I'm gonna wash my hair tonight. It's getting pretty long. I think this is like the longest it's been in a hot minute, and that makes me very happy because I've been wanting to grow it out. My next haircut appointment is in January, so it'll be really nice because I'll go into the new year with fresh hair, even though I'm just getting a trim because again, I really want to keep growing my hair out. Speaking of the new year and of 2026, I know this is a Christmas video, we're still doing Vlogmas, we're not quite yet arrived at New Year's, but I'm very excited for 2026. I actually have things to look forward to, which I feel like, not that it wasn't the case this year, but a lot of things were uncertain about this year. And like obviously I spent the summer working in Banff, which if you watch those vlogs, that was like such a highlight of 2025. I think it was the highlight, if I'm being honest. Like it was so much fun getting to just spend the summer there, do a bunch of hiking, be outdoors, and just have that little chapter of a few months that I spent there. But other than that, I was just kind of focusing on my studies. I didn't really travel anywhere in particular, but it felt a bit like an in-between year, whereas looking ahead to 2026, I'm gonna graduate university next year, which is crazy. Like a year from now, I'll have finished university and I'll be officially like grown up. Not that I'm not grown up right now, but I feel like once you graduate university, and especially because I don't plan on doing a master's, it's kind of like, what's next? I'm also going to be studying abroad next year, and I have an internship lined up for the winter semester. I'm pretty sure it's going to work out. I'm so happy it's finally lining up and working out, and I'll be able to tell you guys more about that once we get closer to January. But basically so far, like this coming winter semester I think is going to be very chill because I'm taking fewer classes in order to save elective credits to study abroad. And on top of that, I'm doing an internship that only starts in February. So I'm going to be taking basically 2 classes and then doing that internship. And I'm also not going to be working on any short films during the semester because if you didn't know, I'm in film school and currently in my 3rd year. We already shot all of our short films this fall semester, so the winter semester is all dedicated to editing. So I'm going to be editing for 1 class and then probably taking like a film studies course of some kind and then doing that internship, and that's going to be it. Which is kind of wild, but hopefully that means I can, you know, spend a lot of time working on my videos, also hopefully working on some short form content, which I've been talking about wanting to do for a while, but I feel like this semester I've really just had to focus on YouTube because doing both would have been a bit too much. I honestly can't believe how fast December has flown by, but it's been such a fun month, except for like that first week that I spent just locking myself up in a study room to study for my finals, which speaking of which, if you watched that vlog where my friend Talia and I were preparing for our marketing final, we got our final grade back, and I'm happy to report that I got an A+, which I'm very proud of. To be honest, sometimes I get imposter syndrome because I'm studying in film school, so I feel like the grades aren't really that representative. It's not necessarily an easy program. Obviously, a lot of work goes into your projects and submissions, but at the same time, a lot of teachers will just hand out A's because how else are you really supposed to grade like a short film or something that creative? And so taking this marketing class as an elective was obviously something I was interested in, but it was also kind of a way for me to feel like I was taking a proper university course because so many of the classes I've taken have just been like kind of isolated, and I've been with a lot of the other students that are studying film production or film studies. All in all, it's just very rewarding, and especially if you watch that study vlog, you know how hard my friend and I worked and studied for that final, so it's nice to feel like it paid off. I'm gonna go grab my computer and probably sit in front of the TV, choose a movie to watch and put on in the background, and I'm hoping I can get a decent amount of editing done. Slight update for you guys. I have pretty much just been sitting here on this couch all afternoon. I'm on my second movie now, currently watching The Polar Express. I have like vague souvenirs of watching The Polar Express at school when we were like kids and we had like a snow day, and I'm just like reminded of how weirdly eerie the animation style is, but it's been fun to watch nonetheless. Although I say I'm watching it, it's more so just playing in the background while I'm doing some editing. Earlier I also watched While You Were Sleeping, and it was my first time seeing that movie. It was really cute and wholesome. Highly recommend if you want something festive, because it takes place like between Christmas Day and New Year's, so it's pretty much like the perfect time of year to watch that film. Anyways, I'm gonna keep editing and watching The Polar Express, and later this evening I think I'm gonna have an everything shower, make a hot cocoa, and just wrap up the day with a cozy night. Back to editing.